Yo, what's up, family? You're tuned in to AT2 Entertainment, the home of real talk. I'm the self-proclaimed godfather of YouTube. We keep it authentic. We keep it uplifting. Political honesty. If you're ready for the laughs, the honest lessons with a little spiritual sauce, you're in the right place. Let's build together. Let's get it, all right?
What's up, everybody? Hello. Nice to see everybody, everyone. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? And shout out to Smooth for that intro. I appreciate that. As you guys already know, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We hadn't talked about this in a while, but Monica, I've kind of avoided talking about the whole Avatar thing. Like at this point, it is what it is. I don't care. But I was on Sodebnair's channel last night, and we got into the topic of the whole Avatar, aka Monica, all about the tea, and it brought up some memories because that time was very crazy. I don't know if you guys remember it. Some of y'all are new to this, but Monica, all about the tea, had the game on lockdown. We got to give her credit, but also she created a lot of controversy and a lot of chaos. And granted, a lot of people have asked, like, what happened to Monica? But is Monica really gone, or is she still here? Let's go ahead and talk about it, you guys. But first, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel while the intro plays. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up? Let's say what's up to the people. Hold on, I'm gonna... no, I don't. It looks too dark. Hold on, let me... Okay, a lot better. Is that Sparkle with the razzle and the dazzle chilling in the saddle? Is that Sparkle, y'all? Let me know if that's the real Sparkle right there. Shout out to Darcy. What's up, Winnie? What's up, PBH? Who else we got here? I must say, this drama had me entertained during the pain. Yeah. Shout out to Smooth. As you guys know, we gave her a shout out during the intro. She's still here, just on here under a different name. Bright Eye. Yeah. What's up, Kay? How you doing? I love seeing my members. What's up, Aaliyah TV? Yes, I do know that she has her blog. I do know that. But, is she really off of YouTube? What's up, Rosalind? How you doing? Who else we got here? Did I get... Oh, Joy. What's up, Joy? Hello. What's up, Mimi? All right. So without further ado, let's get to it. So Deb he was one of the people really heavy involved in the beginning. So how this whole Avatar thing happened was that originally the panel had broke up. So Monica had a show, I think at least like 3 or 4 times a week. No, I think even 5 times a week. And they would do like an after show into the wee hours of the morning on Fridays. Like, she had them working like slaves for $100 a week. Yo, you can't make this shit up, y'all. She had them working for $100 a week. She had them working slave hours. But anyway, that's besides the point. So Monica had, a panel. It was like 4 people. It consisted of Plez, Schoolboy, Bishop, and then Marcella. And then sometimes they would add Sodebnair or Princess. They were also the Princess in the building. Shout out to Princess. They were all involved in this, right? And so a situation went down with her and Plez where Monica didn't have the greatest communication skill. And I don't think it's that Monica doesn't have the greatest communication skill. I think it was more or less like This is my shit. You can't tell me what to do. And with that cockiness, it kind of really turned people off because, Monica appeared to be this sweet lady that, had a nice baby voice and stuff like that. But, she, listen, she can get down with the get down. She wasn't so sweet, when she was going at Ples and, it was an ugly situation. So everyone expected Monica to come back, within the next few days and apologize to Ples, but she stood on business. And I think Monica thought that she was bigger than her own show. But the thing is that she was paying them $200 a month to do a show. Oh, damn, that's even worse. Damn, that's what it was. Oh my God. Oh my God. And mind you, it used to be like 5,000 people in the chat every show. God Complex, Right Cups. It used to be like 5,000 people in the chat. Like that show was really popping, y'all. And like people were sending money up the wazoo. So Monica could have been easily getting about a cool $20,000 a month. And she was just paying her panelists $200 a month. And here's the thing too. I think Monica thought like, oh, well, I'm the one giving you guys the tea and then you guys are discussing it. But I think the way that people seeing it more or less is that it was a collaborative effort. Because mind you, she made the 4 people or whoever on the show their face, but she could be an avatar. Wasn't that crazy, y'all? The other people had to show their face, but she could be an avatar. So it was like, and here's the thing too, and I always say this and people get mad like, oh, ain't you true? You hate avatars. No, it's not that. It's that people connect to personalities. And so the other people, Monica, it was her channel, rightfully so. And, she was the boss. She was the leader. However, people connected to those personalities like Ples, like Bishop, like they connected to the personalities. And I think Monica thought like, oh, well, I can just replace them and just use anybody. And that did not work. This is when we get into the whole Wiley and all that shit, right? She thought, oh, I can replace them and, I can continue my show. And it wasn't like that. No one was going for that. Like, they were like, no, we want Ples. We want a Bishop. We want Marcella. We want Schoolboy. Like, it wasn't the same. And the thing is that initially it started out with Ples leaving and then Bishop left. Then Schoolboy kind of left and then came back. And then that whole situation was weird. I'm not even going to get into all that. But, and then Marcella left. Now, you also had Princess and you had Deb, but people would try to make them seem that they weren't a part of it or they weren't relevant to the situation, even though they would fill in as guest spots whenever, Monica needed them. And so the funny part about it was that everyone, on YouTube was talking about this, and we all kind of attach ourselves to the different panelists and stuff like that. Ples ended up going off and doing her own show. Well, all of them ended up doing their own show. Bishop did their own show. I don't know if Ples and Bishop are around. I've seen a video like about 6 months ago with Schoolboy, but I don't think anybody was like checking for Schoolboy at that time like that. Marcella is still around. She's very heavy into the Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Princess and Deb are still around, but Monica disappeared. Monica completely disappeared, but she didn't really like just disappear. She wasn't using her own channel. There is so much more to this than the public doesn't know, and I wish people would let us move on. No, Princess, you can't move on right now because I'm getting to my major point. And yeah, so hold on before you move on. You can move on after April, but for now you can't move on. So anyway, You're like, damn, let me get to my point before you ruin the shit. Damn it. Shit, pissing me off already. All right. Anyway, so Princess knows it's all love. It's all love. But let me get to my damn point before you ruin it. Shit. All right. So Monica was basically aligned herself with losers. She went over there with JY, aka John Yates, and mind you, she had kicked John Yates to the curb. But when everything went down and she had no friends, she went back to John Yates, right? And then she also got Wiley. She tried to do the show with Wiley. Nobody was really checking for that when she did the show with Wiley. Like, she tried, and it just wasn't working. And I know I skipped her whole quote-unquote apology video. The reason why I skipped her apology video, because it wasn't an apology. She literally put on a show. She had one of Jamal Bryant's hoes on the show, right? And they had this whole thing, and it was ugly. It was ugly. Monica ruined her own show. I know I'm kind of fast forwarding it to the point, but I just wanted to reiterate this point. Monica ruined her own show. All Monica had to do was apologize to Plez for not handling the situation, considering that she was the boss and the owner of the show. All she had to do was apologize. But because she didn't apologize, that's how this thing blew up and turned into something that it should never have turned into, right? And again, she thought she was bigger than the show because, granted, it was her platform, but you literally started a panel show that people, whenever you have these panel shows, you have to be careful. Because if you want to do your own thing, you do your own thing. But when your channel is based on a panel not a panel platform, but you have like a certain routine that people are used to, you can't just change it or switch it up. You got to stick to that routine. And like I said, unfortunately, people connected more to the other people, the panelists, than they did to Monica. Now, I do think that if the situation was Plez or somebody did her wrong, I think people would have connected to Monica and she still would have had her platform. Excuse me, but in this case, Monica was in the wrong. One of the situations where I feel like it kind of got a little ugly was the wanting to find out who the avatar was. And this kind of takes us into everything that happened, right? Trying to find out, okay, who the avatar is. And there was a whole investigation, quote unquote. Nosy Ho was kind of like the leader of the whole trying to find out who Monica was, right? And it wasn't even a situation where I think Nosy actually gave a damn about who the avatar was. I think more or less this is like fun to her, right? But she kind of took on being the ringleader or the leader of the movement, and then everybody got involved. I mean, we all were laughing, cracking up at the content. To say like, oh no, I thought it was disgusting, people trying to dox her and all this stuff. Well, don't forget, people were actually trying, what it was initially said, and correct me if I'm wrong, what it was initially said was that T.I. wanted to find out who she was because she had said a whole bunch of lies on T.I., and then some of the panelists wanted to know who she was because they wanted to take legal action against her. And so this initially started the whole investigation thing, right? Now, the problem is that people innocently got doxxed. There was one lady that they called Beefy Monica. Like, anybody named Bojangles. Y'all remember Miss Bojangles? There was a lady that they were saying, and her name was Monica, because Monica took on the moniker Monica Allen, the alias, but that's not even her real name, right? And so somebody looked up a Monica Allen, and she was like a chief executive at whatchamacallit, at Bojangles, and everybody was saying like she was this lady. And this kind of inspired the whole investigation did, but this inspired the Avatar song. Shout out to Avatar Van Zant for this song.
Monica, this is for you, baby. Miss Bojangles herself, allegedly. I know you're just an avatar, but baby, you fine as heck. Yeah, I know you're just an avatar, but baby girl, you wear it real well, Monica. You are the finest, yeah. Baby girl, they press to find ya, yeah. You might be a Grand Theft Auto character, yeah. Monica, avatar. But baby girl, you fine as heck. Yeah, I know you just an avatar. But baby girl, you wear it well, Monica. You are the finest, yeah. Baby girl, they pressed to find ya.
So yeah, that inspired the whole Monica thing because they said that she was Miss Bojangles, and she was not Miss Bojangles. Again, a lot of people got doxxed that, you know, had nothing to do with the situation. But now here's my thing. If I knew that people were innocently being doxxed, I would at least come out and be like, hey, that's not who it is. It's not them. This is who I am. I would at least like reveal something to protect everybody. But instead of just doing the easy way, they decided to make it harder. And then everybody was jumping on the whole bandwagon of trying to find the avatar, right? Now, there was a lady by the name of Monique Tolbert, right? There's this video, and shout out to Deb because I forgot about the whole lemonade video. Not lemonade, but we'll get to it. So, y'all, so there's this video online. I don't know how they found the Monique lady, right? I guess they were looking for people with the name Monica or Monique. They were looking for names with M's. I don't know. Somehow they connected to her. I don't remember exactly how they connected it, but they had this lady, right? And this lady was at the ice cream store, and she's like, oh, that's some lemon ice cream. And her voice kind of sounded similar to Monica, right? Because she had a soft, sweet voice too. And so the Monique Tolbert lady, I guess they thought it was her because they said she sounded like Monica, and she was also from Louisiana. And people know that, okay, Monica is Texas by way of Louisiana, and that's how they were making those connections and stuff like that. So if your name was Monica or Monique or last name Allen, and you lived in Texas or you lived in Louisiana, oh, they was coming to get you. the people was coming to get you. They was all like, that's you, Monica. We know it's you. So it was Deb and Nosy who did a show trying to find this lady, and they were, saying like, this is her. And so somehow, and this is the suspicious part, right? Somehow this lady was all like, oh yeah, I seen that you guys were talking about me. Oh, thank you for the 99 cents. That's probably $1 in Canada. Thank you, Maggie. So she was all like, yeah, my cousin Kelly told me that you guys were talking about me online. I don't know who this Monica lady is, blah, blah, blah. And she's trying to defend herself. Well, at the same time, they're all like, okay, well, say teacup for me. And then the lady was all like, teacups. And they were like, no. Say, hey, teacups. And then she's like, hey, teacups. They're like, no. Say it with more inflection in your voice. Like, hey, teacups. And then she goes all like, hey, teacups. Yo, they put that lady through the ringer. And, again, the part that kind of alarmed me was when she said her cousin Kelly, but her cousin Kelly never clicked the link. Like, how did the cousin Kelly know about this? Like, that whole part was very suspicious, right? But Monique had said that wasn't her and she doesn't know how, this happened, blah, 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 blah. And so it was like very confusing how this whole situation, how she even knew about this, what was going on, because she also said that she's not on YouTube. She's not a YouTuber. She just seen that her family member Kelly had seen it. That's all we know, right? So again, after that all went down, then I believe she went over to the Rabbit channel, Down the Rabbit Hole. She went over to the Down the Rabbit Hole channel, and she had did this interview or whatnot, basically saying that she wasn't the avatar and all this other stuff, right? Now, this is where Deb comes back into play, because Deb was asked to apologize to her. And Deb was all like, I don't mind apologizing to her, but I want to apologize directly. But the way that Rabbit wanted to do was, you come on my show and then we do it publicly in front of everybody. And he's all like, no, I can talk to her directly. And so when he didn't do it, that's when it all went to shit. Then that's when Danny had came into the picture, right? And Danny was supposed to be the cousin of Monique Tolbert. Even though the last name was Robertson, somehow she played it. Somehow Robertson and Tolbert are the same last names, I guess. Whatever, right? But her backstory was that she was the cousin of Monique Tolbert, and she was trying to revenge Monique Tolbert. That was her initial point for being on the internet, right? So, but in the meantime, hold on. But in the meantime, Nosy was the biggest target, and they wanted Nosy gone because they felt like Nosy was the cause of this whole investigation, and she was the one that took Monica's channel down. Like, they blamed Nosy for taking Monica's channel down. But again, we go back to, if Monica just had apologized to Plez, like a real apology, not bullshit, not doing no skits and stuff like that with Jamal Bryant's mistress, she could have had her platform. She could have still had her platform. Now, am I saying that it's right for people to dox people and all that? No, that's not what I'm saying. But for Monica, she still would have had her platform. And, she still does have a YouTube channel. Now, does she use it? No. But she still does have a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Like, that's why I say, like, she's not, quote unquote, gone. If anything, she got a troll account or something like that. Because let me tell you this. Also, during that time when you would talk about Monica, right? You would get like all these XXX accounts. Do y'all remember this? I know, Cut, you remember this. You would get all like the corn website accounts in your chat, and it would be flooded. And you would have to like try to hurry up and block them. And it was like crazy during that time. Now, am I saying that Monica did it? No, but I'm alluding to she was probably behind it though. Because it was whenever you would talk about her, you would get flooded with these spam accounts with all the XXX, all that shit on it. It was wild. And of course, there was a situation where, and I'm kind of skipping around now, where Sherelle and Perry did the infamous show your face when they went on Cooter Brown's channel, and they were all like, we had your back, but you're over here mad at us because we had Nosy on her channel, but we don't like Monica. So it was like this whole loyalty thing that they had that ended up going to shit. And then that's when Monica was on the panel and Perry and Sherelle like lit into her, and yeah, it got ugly. It really got ugly. And with that being said, that was epic YouTube, right? I ain't gonna lie. That was epic YouTube right there. I loved every minute of it. That was the good old days. They don't do it like that no more. That was the good old days when, like, whoo, man. But to show your face, that was a classic. You know, it's funny because I know Sherelle and Perry are like ashamed of that. No, don't be ashamed. That was epic. Like, the hell was that? Yeah, don't be ashamed, you know? That was a time, right? And see, y'all agree. Yeah. Don't be ashamed. See, I ain't ashamed of nothing I did. Well, I might have a little shame, but I don't have a shame enough to where I delete stuff. Like all my imperfections, everything that you see me go through, I leave it on there. It's a part of my journey. It's a part of my history, right? And mind you, this was during the panorama too. So during the pandemic, we had a lot of time on our hands. I think now something like that wouldn't go down. But just like I was telling Deb last night, you have to remember, we were all new to this. A lot of us were 9-to-5 workers. And so you go from working a 9-to-5 and then now you're on the internet and now you're getting a little clout and attention. You don't know how to handle that shit, right? So a lot of the stuff that we did then, we probably wouldn't do now being experts. This is one of the reasons why I try to give advice to smaller content creators. Now I'm gonna make y'all pay for it. But this is why I give advice to smaller content creators. Be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this, or maybe you should do this instead. Because again, I would love for somebody to had sat me down and told, so like, AAT2, I don't think you're going about this the right way, but I digress. So anyway, Nosy made a lot of money from the investigation. She pulled up her stats for 1 month. She had made over $30,000 for 1 month. I think it was like $33,000 or something like that. She made hella money. Again, anything about Monica, everybody was going to her channel. But again, like I said, the thing is that Nosy was then the target because she was the spearhead in all of this. And then Dani was the one trying to avenge her. You know what's funny? You know who was a fan of Monica? Sorry, cuz I'm gonna have to put you on blast. You know who was a fan of Monica? Cups. Cups thought that the whole investigation thing was wrong, and she was defending Monica. She was a fan of Monica, and we all were, right? We all were a fan of the platform. I'll say that, not necessarily a fan of Monica, but a fan of the platform. And Cups even made a video defending her. And so it's weird how Cups ended up, this is my little brush from my camera because I had to clean it. It's weird how Cups ended up being a target when she was actually on Monica's side. I'm still very confused about that part. What's up, Houston Foodie? I wasn't a fan of her. She was a fan, but all right. Okay, she said she wasn't a fan, y'all. She was a fan. But anyway, the investigation went too far. Yes, it definitely did. So easily, like I said, it could have been like, hey, you know what? We're sorry for what happened to Monique Tolbert. But also, too, I wanted to tell you guys this. Monique Tolbert ended up disappearing and going away. She never came back. She never came back to get her apology or anything like that. It was just this, the Dani account revenging her, and she was supposed to be the cousin. So what ended up happening was that they worked on getting Nosy's channel taken. So Nosy ended up getting kicked off YouTube for a while. Now, I don't know if it was because of the Monica stuff, because I don't know if you guys remember this. In Arizona, it was this video that went viral. It was like this black girl at Costco, and she was adopted by this white family, and it appeared that she was being mistreated, right? I don't know if y'all remember that. This was around 2021 this happened. And so basically a lot of people were talking about it. Nosy did a video on this, right? And Nosy was calling the police department cussing them out online and all that stuff. Well, come to find out, like, the girl wasn't being mistreated. It was just like a little clip of a video, but there was a longer video. The girl wasn't being abused, but you know, everybody on social media said the girl was being abused, right? But she wasn't. Fast forward, that's when all of a sudden Nosy Channel got deleted. Because even after, you know, Danny had came, Nosy was still around. But it was like a week later, after the whole Costco situation, Nosy Channel was gone. So I think more or less that probably had something to do with it. Because I feel like because they don't care too much about Black people on YouTube. I know I'm going to hell for saying that, but it's true. They don't care too much about Black people, right? But you know, that white family being attacked and stalked online. Oh yeah, they care about that. So, you know, they had to get rid of her after that. So, you know, I talked about Nosy, but also people that were being attacked by Danny were Cups and Sodebnair. Also Marcella too. But when Marcella eventually gave in and, you know, went to the other side. And so this is when YouTube really came about having sides. Like it was like the Team Monica and then it was not Team Monica. Like YouTube, especially in the BlackTeaSector, it was like split. And it got like real ugly and real heavy. I did commentary because my thing was always like Monica. Like I didn't care about nothing else. My thing was about Monica because Monica was very nasty. She was very rude. I mean, there was a reason why she was friends with John Yates. You know? There was a reason why she was friends with John Yates. Because we all know that thing is nasty. So two nasty people together makes sense. But during this whole time, this kind of had me thinking about something. I was all like, what if we put together a Monica documentary? Because again, I'm just giving you partial of the story. I'm just giving you partial. I'm not even giving you everything. What if we put together a documentary? As you guys may or may not know, and trust me, I want all sides of the spectrum. So I want to get everybody's perspective on this. Now, as you guys know, the meetup is April 10th through the 12th, right? In April 10th through the 12th. Well, I'm gonna be there a day prior, but I'll actually be in Vegas for 2 weeks. What if we could get people either to fly in for the meetup or fly in sometime during those 2 weeks in Vegas, so then we could possibly record them for the Monica / All About the Tea documentary? Because this was a moment in time, y'all. This was a moment in time. It needs to be documented. Yeah, I would love to do interviews with the players. Yep. Avatars are welcome. Yeah. Yes, avatars are welcome. I would love to do a documentary. And I just thought about this earlier today too, because someone had messaged me, right? And they were like, oh, when you were talking to Deb, they were like, you know, there was some things that, you know, basically they alluded to like, okay, well, there are some things that you said, but I don't agree with the conversation that I had with Deb. And I was kind of like, well, you know what? Everybody has a different like perception of like what happened, you know? So why don't we get everybody together to do a documentary? And like, you know, I just need people to fly in for the interviews and then you can fly out. I can tell you right now, most of us aren't lining others' pockets with our pain. True. And Princess, we'll just take some videos from your channel and then we'll do it that way. Listen, I definitely, on a serious note, no, I definitely respect that. Because again, it was hard for a lot of people. It wasn't just something that was, and let's be honest, I'm pretty sure that this was traumatic for Monica as well too. You know, Tubi, we on our way. Yeah, listen, it can be on Tubi. It can be on Tubi. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, but this definitely needs to be documented appropriately. You know, like I think this could be something that could work. So let's see. Would you guys be down for a Monica All About the Tea documentary? Yes or no? 30 seconds. On the fence. Okay. BB, why are you on the fence? I would like to know that. So, Princess, that means that you're going to release some information during the documentary. We're going to be on AT2B. Yeah, AT2B. That's where y'all going to be. Blair's not going to answer the phone. Listen, and here's the thing, too. They've been able to do all these Diddy documentaries without Diddy. So, you know, if not everybody wants to participate, we could still do the documentary without them. Like, you know, they're public figures, so we can do documentaries on public figures. I think Deb would be down. I think Deb would do it. Mind you, I have not talked to him about it yet. I think Deb would be down. Oh, okay. I'll have to reach out to Teddy for like, does she have all the videos though? That's the thing I was worried about too. Like, would I be able to even get access to all the video? There was a lot of videos, you guys. Plez and Marcella may not come through. And, you know, and that would be fine. Like, I definitely would respect everybody's decision. Excuse me. But I feel like if I can at least get the accounts of the people in the Black Tea sector, like cups and stuff like that, I think, yeah. I think that could work. And then Teddy has a lot of the old videos, as you guys are telling me. Yeah, this project gonna be hella dope, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all are going to love this. Now, has AT2 ever done a documentary before? No, not at all. But if I can partner with the right people that can kind of guide me through, then I can put some shit together, y'all. I watched that show relentlessly before it bombed, the fallout, and all the drama after. And that's the thing, too. I always thought like there could be another thing like that where like a panel show. I know like Tasha K had tried it and it didn't work out so well, but I feel like another panel show could really work if it was more structured with it has to be properly promoted. Like, I don't think that the Wine is the New Tea, I think that was Tasha K show. I don't think that it was actually bad. It just wasn't properly promoted. Like, literally, it was all like, oh, we're doing this new show. Watch it. And that's not how you do it. that's not how you properly do a show. Not at all. That's the issue. Not once have people ever considered our feelings. Well, here's the thing. I don't think, in Princess, I don't want you to feel like people are ignoring your feelings, but other people are also attached to this too as well. It's like, for example, Deb, I think yesterday was very therapeutic for him, just kind of getting these things off his chest. And he shared that openly. Now, for you, you might not want to share it openly, but he wanted to share his story. As I understand, he was sharing a story on Maggie's channel. I did watch a little bit of it, but here's the thing with Maggie. Is Maggie still here, y'all? Because, like, even watching her interviews with Cups and stuff like that, like, Cups will be like, yeah, this happened, right? And then Maggie be like, who is that person? Who is this? And then Cups spends about 3 hours explaining who the fuck the person is. And by that time, I'm already over it. So it needs to at least be involved with people who know what's going on, so it can flow a little smoothly. Maggie, we appreciate the work that you're doing, I guess, but you just no. I need you to know who the people are. Like, I need you to know who the people are. Like, the conversation flows a lot smoothly when you know who the people are. That's just my critique. Maybe somebody can put together a spreadsheet so you know who the different people are and stuff like that. But you don't be knowing who the different people are. So I'm like, now we gotta stop and explain who this is. Even if we can bring back some of the people who left and then YouTube, and even if they came back just to do the interview, that would be hilarious. That would be dope as hell. Not hilarious, I think, because I read Cup's comment. But yeah, y'all, she be complaining. I'm not complaining, but she be like, who is this person? Who is that? But you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes when I don't know who somebody is, I just be pretending that I know. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I have no clue. I just be going along with it. Because even for me, even though I was around that time, some people I have forgotten about. Like, I'll be all like, oh wait, is this person? Oh wait, I forgot about them, I'll just randomly be all like, wait, I forgot they were involved too. So yeah, we'll see who we can get, on to be down to do it again. Like I said, I think Vegas would be the perfect meeting spot, just because, like, it'll be cheaper for people to get tickets for Vegas versus trying to get tickets, all over and stuff like that. Yeah. I remember that AT2. Matchy will need an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, she need one in English, one in French. Yeah. Once upon a time. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a documentary. I just didn't know what about. I think this would be perfect because, one of the things that I like to say is that when Monica came around and after she left, it created all these avatars. Like, everybody was an avatar after Monica was here. I forgot I unblocked everybody. I was like, why are some of these people in the chat that I don't like? Yesterday, I was like, wait, I thought I blocked this person. And so I re-blocked them. And then now I'm seeing a few people that I had blocked and I see they're back again. And I'm all like, no, you gotta go. You gotta go. No, thank you. Yeah, and no drama, no hate. Like, I don't have any drama or hate for anybody. If I ever bring up a situation like this, for example, like, I don't even hate Monica. But I I do feel like this is interested, and if I can make a check off of this, then I'm gonna make a check, you know. And here's the thing too. I think more than likely, because this is my first documentary, putting the money into it, it would be more of a loss. But just to say, like, hey, I put this documentary together, this is more kind of like this would be more like a win, if anything. Like, oh, see, I was able to do it. Now I can do anything. I wonder would Perry and Sherelle be open to doing it? Or if they can give like a statement or something like that. Like I said, if I can put together some of the old videos, if Teddy has those, or if she's willing to share those, any holes or anything we can like fill in with those videos, and we'll be able to narrate and tell the story. I know, well, if anything, I know Cups would have to be a producer on this project too as well. If y'all getting along, y'all could. Oh, with Teddy? Yeah. That's how I found Empire, because you know, everybody was reporting the drama. Yeah, a lot. Listen, you know, like those content creators who be all like, oh, I don't talk about other YouTubers. They was talking about you. They so fake. They were talking about YouTubers and everything. Who is making the documentary? Me. I'm doing it. You don't think I can do it, Mims? I would be making the documentary. Yeah. I'm telling you. Listen, AT2 is doing big things in 2026. I never sued anybody, Michael. I've never sued anyone. About the summer of the great. Yes, that's what we're talking about, Stephanie. I heard the AT2 was actually Yo! I think that would be a dope way, like, you know, because it's the Avatar. Like, I feel like this would also be a dope way of like ending it, like, and you know, the big reveal, and like it's like a curtain, right? And it's like a silhouette of a woman. It's like a silhouette of a woman. We're like, yes, and now we reveal the Avatar, and then like it zooms in on the black silhouette, and then it goes, and then it goes completely pitch black, and y'all never see who the Avatar is. So I think that would be dope. Damn, I'm already telling y'all the ending of the damn documentary. Shit. You know? And hell, Monica could be a part of it. Why not? You know? Monica could be a part of the documentary if she wanted to tell her story. And listen, she can have a green screen, you know, have a whole a parka. Is it a parka or a burqa? Whatever that thing is, you know, with only showing her eyes, you know, if she want to do that, she can do that too. You better hurry before somebody steals your idea. Yo, can I put a patent on an idea? Like, I feel like somebody gonna snatch my shit up. That's why I ain't gonna tell y'all the name of the documentary, because somebody gonna try to take that. I'm at least that. I'm at least a little bit smart. I'm a little bit of smart. Trust me. Monica has a huge presence on other platforms. She might get. You know, it's funny because I've been seeing her on Threads. I'm starting to really use Threads a lot more, and I've been seeing her on Threads. So I'm all like, oh, okay, she's making her rounds. I think I'm still blocked on all the other platforms, but I do see her on Threads, you know. I do see it. Now I'm probably going to be blocked on Threads tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Damn. Blockgate, right. I just reached. Not you taking my exclusive. I'm just kidding. No. Mims is just joking. But yeah, I think that would be a dope idea. This documentary. I think, yeah, that. Oh man, I'm excited. Listen, it hasn't even started yet, and I'm already excited for it. Michael, I would love to be. Michael, I bet you would. But Michael, your story is not going to be in there. Like you now, your story is more about them. It's not about Monica at all. I'm telling you, Michael being messy over there. Oh man. You know, me and Michael were supposed to do like he was supposed to do an interview with me. It never ended up going down because Michael doesn't have like social media and stuff like that. So it was all like I had to create a live and then he just has to catch it and then he'll be able to do an interview. Like that shit ain't gonna work. Like, yeah. If she turns out to be a Frenchie, I'm gonna lose my mind. You know, some people said it's a white man. Some people said it's a white woman. You know, we don't know. Michael wants to start. Yo. I don't think this is in the documentary at all. That might be for like the director's cut or something like that. But I don't think this part is going to be in there. You know, you're right. That is something that I am a little. And here's the thing too. If the people involved in it go like, oh well, we want to tell our own story, I would still watch it. You know, if they go like, well, screw AT2, he trying to profit off of our story, we're going to tell our own story. If you're doing documentaries, Tasha versus Armand would be amazing. I wouldn't do a documentary on that just because like I'm kind of tired of their drama. That's probably how y'all felt when I was in drama with a few people on this Ninja Net. But I'm kind of tired of it, like the back and forth. It's just kind of weird at this point. It's all like, okay, do you guys really hate each other, or is this just some kind of foreplay? And then y'all gonna end up fucking each other like in a few years. Like to me, it's too weird and convoluted. And yeah, and I don't care too much about it. That's just my perspective. And throw Milagro in there too. You know, if this is new media, it's not doing any of us favors. I'll tell you that. If this is new media, it's not doing any of us favors. I'll say that. Plus, you were a player in the Great Hunt for the Avatar. Was that for me, Stephanie? I don't know if you said that for me. Oh no, and Stephanie, I definitely have a story in this. What's up, Stacey? I definitely have a story in this because I went through it with Cooter Brown and Monica. Like I have a part in this too. Because we definitely gonna highlight the vicious side of her. We definitely gotta be. If we're gonna tell the story, we're gonna tell the story. We gotta tell the vicious side of her. Right. Okay, I get why you said that. Yeah. See, I'm not really involved in that. Like, I know I've talked about like their drama and stuff on my channel, but I'm not attached to that at all. So it wouldn't make sense for me. I'm doing a documentary on the AT2 Giants. Listen, and here's the thing too. If somebody was all like, oh, well, we're going to do a documentary on AT2 and listen, I would be fine with that. you sharing your story or you sharing my story. But, I would have to be okay with that. Now, I would definitely get a lawyer so I can go over the legalities of it. But as I understand, these are public figures, so we should be able to talk about them with no consequences, But I'll definitely have to talk to a lawyer about it. 82, you want to see my ribs? I think I deleted that commercial. Do I still have it? Oh, hold on.
Hey, 82, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just got home, but I just got finished cooking. You know what I cooked?
What you cook?
I cooked ribs. Can I show you my ribs?
Please show the ribs.
Let me show you my ribs real quick. Can you see my ribs? Y'all see my ribs? Y'all see my ribs? Oh no, my camera.
Oh, this motherfucker right here. Gotta be stopped, bitch. You're not coming back.
Speaking of the shout out to Cubs, by the way. Speaking of that, I know Mims, you do a panel show, but it's not every week though, right? But you do a panel show. I think somebody like you could probably do it. You could probably you could be the new Monica. We can call you Mimsica. Mimsica. Oh, that's your new name. That's your new name, Mimsica. We gonna Mimsica. You could probably be the new Monica. Like I said, like Monica, she had the way like she was killing it. Like you listen, I don't think there would ever be another one, but I feel like if anybody was going to do it, I think that Mims could be the one to do it. He can call them Mims cups. I don't know. Mims a star. Listen. Mims a tar. Mims a tar. I think Mims could do a panel show consistently like that. Now, I will say this. Monica was doing it morning, and she would have a morning time show, and she would have an evening time show. And like, I felt like the show was kind of colorist a little bit, because why was the white people on the morning time and she had the niggas at night? Yo! Did anybody else catch that? So the morning time was the white people, and then at the night time, she had the black people. Yo, I think she had DJ Richie Sky was on the morning. Now he was on the morning time one, but I know specifically she would have like the bigger content creators on the morning time show, and then she would have the nobodies on the nighttime. Like she was considerate of their time, but would make the blacks work 5 days a week to show. Yeah. Why y'all got me being messy up here? Y'all made me say that. Why y'all made me say that, y'all? Y'all was up and at him. Yeah, was it? I think he was on the morning time. The morning time was the white people, and I was the black. YouTube is not a real place, y'all. YouTube. The show is segregated. Oh my god. They gonna be so pissed at me after this video, but I don't give a damn, y'all. That shit was funny. Oh man. Why was the show segregated? The show was segregated. The show was the white people. The show was the white people. Oh man. Y'all, I'm not making it up, y'all. Why y'all making it seem like I'm lying? Y'all didn't notice that though? They oh man, shit! I didn't even get the two. Damn, you didn't even get the 200. Oh, I got to take a note of that. Princess did not get 200. Okay, man, this some shit. Gonna say you need to make these. Oh, man, YouTube was off the hook back in the day. Man, you know what? Even though it was chaotic, I missed that time period, y'all. That time period was just like, man, that was a time right there. Like, we can never get that time back. Like, man, I wish we could get that time period. No, I don't want to say all the drama, but just like how ridiculous, like when before you kind of like make it, and I hate saying making it because what's making it, but before you kind of get big time, like the innocence of like trying to figure out and navigate this platform, it's so real and authentic. And what I'm seeing now is that people aren't coming off real and authentic. There's a difference. It's a night and day difference between the people who started back during the panorama versus the people who are starting now. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the people during the panorama, you know, we was real. Everything was real about us. But you know, the newer people, they've been. It don't hit. It don't. It don't. Oh shoot! I froze. Damn it. Okay. All right. We'll take some calls. Okay. I see y'all asking for the link. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with my spiel now that. Now that I don't talk my shit, I'm done with my spiel. Man. Damn, this is, yeah. Okay, let me, and also too, let me protect myself. I'm gonna put something over the screen too. But before I do that, let me play a commercial.
Somebody called me and they said, this is a source call. We said that 82 bad views, the not bad views, because they was pointing me to the point like, Wally, see when they got done live, they only got 3 comments, but all of them views. So that means they bad views. I'm like, oh,
come on now, Wiley. I could have told you. I could have told you that. And I'm like, oh,
I
know.
Oh,
82 is buying his views. The ratios don't make sense. It don't make sense. How you reach the new milestones with subscribers, but your numbers are still the same? Like, I ain't never seen AP2 with like 10K views, 5K views. I've never seen that. I've seen that with like 1,000.
And then what gets me with that situation, he said, how can I be jealous of someone that's buying views? I can't be jealous of that because I know that's.
You gonna be jealous of your son? You work with him.
Oh Lord, thank you.
Is this Sparkle right here?
Yes, sir. It's a shame and a scandal. What the hell going on? And yes, from here to December, bitch, we better remember. The BlackTeaSector. Yes, honey, we was in the place, honey. Maybe that shit can't be duplicated. Shout out to Princess, Liz, everybody, Sally, Schoolboy Child, Dave. Baby, that was the time, honey. That was an organic time. That's when the real players was in the building. But anyway, shout out to my Mindy. Y'all,
yeah, that time period can never be duplicated. Like that was like pure pop, entertainment mess. It had everything in one. Everything.
Yes.
That escape from reality that we needed. Like that's what we got.
until it took an ugly turn. And no shade.
Very, very ugly.
Prayers for all the people that got they took a bad turn and people got doxxed innocent and stuff. But it's honey, the real documentary is Teddy. That's the child. It's a lot going on. But what I will say,
a lot of people are mentioning Teddy name. Like, I need to go over there to Teddy's channel and try to make amends with her. I don't think she. I just don't.
I don't know. I think she just confused. Yeah, but I'm gonna ask you one question. Do you feel lucky, AT2? Do you feel lucky? You gotta put the clout chase of the year. It's between Mad Owl Maggie or Jackie Diaper Rash Jaguar Rock. Clout chase of the year, bitch. Which one? Because they swear they was here. They swear they know everything. Maggie, you got to tell her 55 times. Put a cheeseburger in front of her. A big damn teleprompter. All kind of shit. Your child.
Come on, Sparkle. Maggie look good.
Shout out to Stony Maroney. Not. Hashtag survey says, I do not approve this message.
Oh my God. Sparkle, I'm going to edit this part out. Oh my God. Thank you for Sparkle. I appreciate it.
I mess. You know I'm going to tear it up. Shout out to the BlackTeaSector, the original players, my coppies. Shout out to Mims, Richie, everybody. Shout out to the tubers, my Steph, Princess, Lady Arch.
All right, bye, Sparkle. Okay, let me let Michael up here. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Not the cash up, but Michael? Oh, wait. Hold on. You there? He might have walked away. Okay, let me let Cousin Stephanie come up. What's up, Cuz? How you doing?
What's an avatar? I don't know what an avatar is. What is an avatar? No, shout out to Moni Tolbert. Anyway, so cuz I love this idea, this documentary. I'll be the executive producer, and we'll take this to the World's Fair, okay?
Yes. See, I'm telling you, anybody who wants to be an executive producer, hit me up, let me know, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing as far as the documentary, but I'm gonna figure the shit out and put it together.
That's right, because we've been talking about that for years, ever since it happened. We've been talking about how somebody need to write this down or document it somehow, because that was something else. I mean, you can't make that shit up if you tried. Just wild. It was like a mass hysteria almost. Like, we had to find this woman. Do you know, at the end of the day, after all the smoke cleared, why did we need to find her? Why did we need to find her? Do you know?
No, you know what? That's the real question, because we were supposed to be trying to find her, but for what? Because if nobody was going to file a lawsuit and that whole T.I. and Tiny thing was a lie, that was some bullshit, right?
Right. And at the end of the day, Ples didn't ask for us to avenge her, right? She really didn't. She really didn't want to have anything to do with it. And so, why do we need to find that? Why do we need to find that lady after all? What were we doing? What were we doing?
Right. And that was the other thing too, because after no lawsuit came, they said, "Oh, well, it's because she doxed Ples, and so they wanted to dox her back."
I guess.
I never asked for anybody to do that, though.
Right. And remember, she was a crime lord there for a while. She was a Bojangles woman there for a while.
Yes,
and then she was had all the the ring of businesses that were all tied to her. Remember that? And she was in some kind of money laundering crime boss or something like that. Remember that? That was a theory for a while. And then
she was part of a cartel too. Remember?
Right. And then it just turns out she's just some plain old woman from Lake Charles. And that's it. She just and really, at the end of the day, who cares? But we had a good time. We had a damn good time. Some of us did not have a good time, but some of us, even the people who did have a good time, we had a good time, right? It was a big adventure.
Did they put AdSense on their video?
Um, I mean, you know what, Monica, what the summer of the Great Hunt for the Avatar could say to a lot of these people out here? We birthed you! We birthed you!
Oh my God, Stephanie, thank you for coming up. I appreciate
cool. Okay,
it.
love you guys.
I love you too. Okay, now I'm gonna let line by line on next. And Michael, I see that you turned on your camera, so hold on, Michael. I'm gonna let line by line, but I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna be a little cautious. Oh no, I don't want that one. Hold on. Is this the one that I want? Oh damn, I gotta delete that too. I don't want to be shady. Which one? Let me put my burnt pot of gumbo. Hold on, here we go. Line by line, you there?
That's gumbo.
So that was a burnt pot of gumbo that I had.
So
because
you made
I
this.
didn't put enough liquid in it and it burnt. Yeah.
You're not from Louisiana. You probably shouldn't be making gumbo.
No, listen, my gumbo is good. I know how to make some gumbo.
You're from the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't be making gumbo.
Trust me, if you have my gumbo, not this.
I wouldn't try this shit.
not that. But if you have my gumbo, trust me. AT&T, they don't call me Chef Boyardee Dre for nothing.
Wait, I thought they called you the king of YouTube.
No, the Godfather. But they call me the Godfather. They call me Chef Boyardee Dre. Like, I got a whole bunch of names.
Okay.
And I like your avatar.
I just want to thank you for the idea. I reached out to Monica via DM. She'll be on my channel tomorrow morning. Discussing everything, including you.
Listen, and I'll be down to hear it. I'll be very curious.
I'm embarrassed that I sat and watched the search for the avatar.
Just kind of like Stephanie was saying, like, why do we need to know who the lady was?
Why did they say we needed to know?
No. Why did we need to? We know what they said.
I didn't need to know. I didn't need to know at all. The thing is, there is a psychological, there's a psychological kind of like, what's the word I want to use? The pandemic was a pipeline for a lot of things. In this space, YouTubers built their channel off of the fact that there wasn't really much to do and there wasn't human interaction. So you have adults looking for the avatar, then you have kids finding people like BlackTeaSector and misogynists like Andrew Tate.
Yep.
Trump, Turning Point USA. So you're right. There will never be another situation like the pandemic because it was a unique experience in time where the world basically stood still and was people were looking for companionship. People were looking for fellowship. Some found it in searching for the avatar. Some people, like Monica, really monetized very well.
Yeah.
She monetized very well. But no, the new people won't be able to come and duplicate that.
You don't think
the world has changed?
That's true. And people are outside again.
Right.
That's another thing. But I mean, maybe not on the same level, but I feel like there could be another kind of community like that. You don't think so?
No. I think that people saw how successful the Monicas were and tried to like duplicate that. You have a lot of content creators who built their platform basically off the back of Monica.
Yeah.
And all the people Monica was like fighting with. And you are a part of that story because even back then you were messy. You lacked the ability to say no to fighting people. Like you monetized off of it too.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it myself. No, not at all. Yeah, no, I'm a part of it.
I think we all owe that lady from Lake Charles a apology.
The one that was incorrect.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think we all owe her an apology because that was too much.
Well, not just her, all of them. You know, from all the Monicas that they ever were, they all are owed an apology.
It's a little different when you're in the business. Like the woman who what they were saying was in the documentary for Diddy. They thought she was
Mhm.
the juror who had taken a photo.
Oh yeah.
She reached out to me and she was like devastated. Because you might think it
Really?
might just be 5,000 views or 10,000 views or whatever. But if you're not accustomed to having any type of social media presence, and now the social media presence you do have is negative, it will really fuck up your life.
Right.
So when she was talking to me and I went and looked at some of the places, I was like, well, it only has like 20,000 views or maybe 30,000 views. But if that's not the space you're in, 30,000 views can be overwhelming. Shit, 1,000 views can be overwhelming. Once you get
Right.
to a certain space in content creation, you forget what the numbers actually mean.
Yeah,
Being
that's
in a
true.
room with
We
100 people is
see
a
it as
lot.
like, yeah, we see it as like, oh, it's no big deal, whatever. But for somebody like that, no, they see it as a huge deal because they're not accustomed to whatever this internet thing is.
Absolutely, 100%. I remember the first time I think I had hit like 15,000 people watching live. I kind of low key lost it. It's one thing to have hundreds of thousands of views or whatever once you shut that laptop and you go on about your day. It's another thing for 15,000 eyes to be on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're so accustomed to virility that we're not thinking the reality. And the reality was that was a small business owner from Louisiana who her family members, people from that small town were watching it thinking that this woman was some type of criminal.
You're right, mob boss.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You should bring her on.
Well, I heard that she disappeared. I don't know if she even still has an internet presence. But I would love to have her during the to be a part of the documentary.
You could probably even bring in Sodeb since he was a part of that with her.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this whole show was kind of inspired by him because I went on his channel last night.
Like, what was he doing on his channel?
So he was talking about something
He's still
completely
searching
different.
for Monica?
Huh?
He's still searching for Monica?
No. So I had clicked this link because he was like, "You never came on my show before." So I clicked this link, and then he was kind of talking about, he was on another channel and he was kind of reminiscing on what had happened, and so we were kind of just talking about it. So that kind of sprouted out this whole conversation about the whole Monica and all about the tea stuff, and then when I was thinking later today, I was like, damn, that'd be dope, like to put a documentary together because so many people have a whole different perspective of it. Like everybody has their own like perspective on what happened. Like not everybody has the same story. Even the people you think have the same story don't.
What do you mean?
So, for example, like me and Princess, let me not say me and Princess. Princess and Deb, they have a different calculation on what actually went down and happened. They don't have the same story.
Mm.
And they were a part of it. So you would think like, oh, well, they're friends too. You would think they would have the same story, but they don't have the same story.
What's one of the differences?
Well, from some of the stuff that I was saying earlier, Princess wasn't necessarily agreeing with that. And so that made me think like, okay, yeah, no, they don't have the different perspective on it. But we would have to interview them to know what their story actually is. Princess is more of the belief like, I don't want this to, come up again. Like, bury this.
Oh, she wants it died. She wants it dead.
Yeah. And Deb is more about like, I'm reflecting on what happened.
In like a remorseful way, or like I can't believe this happened.
Like, I would say more like, I can't believe this happened.
It was a crazy moment in time. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a crazy moment in time. I worked a very strenuous corporate position at that point. They had me in office.
Listen.
They had me in office. And initially somebody had tapped me on the shoulder one time, and because I had like caution tape all around my area, I had them move me to one of the senior legal counsel's corner office because he wasn't there. I was like, if I'm gonna be here risking my life every day, you are not gonna have people coming up to get me to sign anything, crossing over my. I had like police tape.
Wow. Like,
I'm not trying to die. What the hell? This was at the on the early onset of this. No, hell no.
Yeah. And we don't even think about the people who still had to go to work. Everybody was just thinking everybody was working from home, but no, some people had to go to the physical office.
I did go to the physical office, but I wasn't working a lot. I was listening to everybody search for the avatar. I had like a schedule back then of stuff. So I would watch whatever television was gonna get talked about, go to work. I think Monica would come on first, then Sherelle, DJ Richie, Jamie, that's me. There was like some lesbian lady who reviewed the shows.
I don't remember.
It's like a lesbian crap. It was 4-inch rocks, funky down. Like I had my whole lineup, but the mess really came from all about the beefing that that All About the Tea was doing. Then you jumped into the beefs. I think at one point, I don't really remember. I felt like John. I felt like John was on multiple people's channel, right?
Yeah.
By the time the whole drug addict stuff happened, I was fully invested. I I was fully invested. Because that was reality TV. That was better than Love and Hip Hop. Ashley Miller, yeah, that was it.
Listen,
Sorry, Princess, it ain't
like
dying.
reality TV on YouTube. It was.
It was better. I know Ples now, but at the time I didn't know Ples because when I went home, I wasn't watching YouTube.
Right. But also, too, it was authentic, where we now know, and that was one of the things about covering reality TV is like, yeah, it's all fake, but this was authentic.
So, one piece of advice. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I told Jolene and Busy, because they were getting just as many views covering the mess. And I never forget at one point I was like, you guys have to make a decision. If you are comfortable now being a part of the story, because once you start communicating with the players on the board, you are now a part of the story. Right. And I think John maybe reached out to Busy and they had like an exchange and then they were in it. Covering YouTube mess is a full-time career. It's very lucrative, but you have to be comfortable eventually with the people turning on you.
Yeah, because people, even though people say, oh, I don't care what people say about me, no, they care.
Who says that again?
Huh?
I don't get that you care, to be honest with you. I think you like it.
No. Let's clarify. Let's be clear.
I think you like it.
It depends on what is said. That has a lot to do with it. It depends on what is said, I don't want to say like, oh yeah, I just love it. I love it all. No, it depends on what exactly.
It was a time. I'm embarrassed that I listened to the search for the avatar though.
Yeah. But again, it happened. And like I said, that stuff that went down then, it wouldn't go down now, especially in the same way. So it's one of those things like you learn from it, and then you just kind of, all right, that was a time, we remember it, and it's done.
I think for people like you knew what the beef sector was. I didn't know what that was. So to me, I had never seen people on the internet attack your special needs child, or
Oh yeah,
attack the fact that you had pancreatic cancer in 2008. I did not know that people were doing that. I
and
don't think
digging
most
the
of us knew.
information. Yeah, it got real nasty, real nasty.
But yeah, it was a
Okay,
time.
line by line, I'm gonna let a princess up here.
Oh, I hope she fights you.
Oh my God. Bye.
Princess, he about to start the shit up again.
Bye, Mims. Bye. Princess, you there? Princess?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Princess, go ahead and sound off. Go ahead.
I'm mad that everybody's calling him Mimsy. He's my Mimsy. He's not your Mimsy.
Oh, you don't like people calling him Mimsy?
You know how you give somebody a nickname and then everybody takes it? That's me.
Yeah, you started that, and then other people started saying that.
It's cute. It's okay. I didn't think it would catch on.
Look, listen, you never think something's going to catch on, and then it does. That's why you got to patent, trademark everything.
Okay. Because you're going to make me go live. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go back to work. But I've been thinking about going live. I just don't like going live about this shit. I'm going to use my colorful language. And okay, on one side, there are reasons, very specific reasons why I kind of wish this would go away. But at the same time, I know it's not going to go away because it is an epic part of time. I will never forget that it was the way a lot of people found me. When I went on that panel, I only had like 100 and something followers. And most of those were my organic followers. And I was doing my pre-records on the Housewives of Potomac or whatever. So my channel just turned 5. I've been too busy. I didn't even get up and celebrate it. Part of this is like, yeah, I'm super busy and I probably could put more time into my channel. The second part of it is sometimes the minute I get ready to do something, here's all of this little bullshit that are on all of these channels. What makes me the most sad is what that birthed. The grandchildren of this situation. I was driving and seeing Teddy live showing some shit in a video. It's been 5 years, y'all. 5 years, right? And people are stuck in Arrested Development like it was yesterday, and they are talking about this investigation. And I'm going, what the fuck are y'all trying to find? Because we have moved on. The people who are on the inside of it, there are some things that you may never know. There are so many conversations. There are text messages, even between me and Monica, that even though when I told my story, I still have protected certain things because I don't see any need for it to be divulged. And you don't have to, everybody around here gets on Mad Day and you got to tell what color somebody draws was the other day. Like, okay, so she's saying nobody had closure. That was what the investigation really, I guess, was a part of, is the closure for everybody. But I guess for us, we got the closure that we needed. We wanted to step away from it because it is a certain type of pain that was related to that. Because again, like Mims is saying, we got 100,000 people. I remember I was on the phone with players when I got home from working that game, and I was just sitting in the bed and we were looking, and I was like, there are so many clips of you getting cussed out and all of this. And I was like, girl, I'm on the phone with a girl. I'm on the way home. I said, this shit. She was like, it'll be over by the end of the week. 5 years later. 5 years later. She was like, girl, you know they gonna move on. I want them to hurry the fucking move on in a couple of days. They'll be on to some other shit. And we're looking, and I said, girl, this is not finna go away. This is, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do. And I've never mentioned that part. I don't think I have. It's like, oh my God, hundreds of thousands of people, and we're feeling normal. I struggled with being a regular person, which I still am, and then being this person, Princess AB, that is like, is that you? I remember one time when I was in and I was on the phone with Roxanne I was in the Dollar Tree, and somebody was like, Princess, is that you? And I'm like, yeah, like you know, and when, you know,
oh my God,
you know, and I still don't. I've struggled for years with the connection, with my YouTube presence versus just I'm still me. I'm still sitting in this apartment. I'm cleaning up right now. I'm getting ready to go to my job tomorrow.
Wow.
And you know
that's
what?
One of the reasons why you're not consistent, because of the trauma from the situation.
That's part of it. You have to realize the grandchildren of it all. Again, all about the tea. All about the tea helped me out a lot. It helped us all a lot. We will never forget, despite the mistreatment. And I want to be careful about my words.
Oh Lord.
Like, we all had a tete-a-tete, and you know, I'm fine with most people. I'll say that, and you can figure that out whichever way you want to.
Closure, Princess, because that's been coming up a lot about like closure and wanting like the resolve. Have you had closure with it?
For the most part, because we already know, and I already know that I'm never gonna be like able to say, bitch, Monica, why did you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why did you lie on me? You know, I'm over it, you know. You know, karma is a motherfucker, and it will come back and get you. I look at some of these other channels that have come after that. The investigation, which y'all missed the investigation because I watched, and people think that I was a part of more stuff than what I was. I think we were all kind of naive of what was happening. Like the Epstein files. Well, you got me off my square. I know that there will never be a meeting up of that, and I'm fine with that. It was the moving on. I got my residuals from that. I gained followings. Like, if I stay consistent like you know, and I'm so proud of y'all because I've been here from the start of both of y'all. I would probably have 50 or 100,000 followers at this point, and I would still be doing all my panels and stuff all the time. But God has certain things in order, and also I had to get rid of some people that are in my personal life that were a hindrance to my success. Haters, like, you know, you think somebody gonna help you and they're haters. She still got a channel. That lady got a channel. Everybody still got a channel. Player's just the only person that really doesn't get up and do anything. And Bishop doesn't do much with his channel, but he's still around. Like, I still reach out to people and check in with them every now and then. Like all of them still do some type of content creation. So you can never negate where you came from. It just that it did not pan out the way that we thought it would be. Like Ples never started out, she wouldn't start out to be a content creator. She was a fan calling in to one of her favorite shows during the pandemic, and it just snowballs from there. You got to think about this lady is an attorney, you know, and you have to think about how that affects all of our professional lives. And so that's another aspect of it. I haven't announced it yet, but I guess I'll announce it now. Like now I've officially got my teacher's license now this weekend.
Yay!
So, you know, we're sitting up.
Ask you about school.
Yeah, I'm about to start working on my master's soon. So, like, that took a lot out of me. And, you know, I did something for myself. If the pandemic hadn't came and I wasn't doing this bullshit, I probably would never have been in that position to get there. So it all works better for it's good. I'm doing content creation for the colleges and universities. So there are other things there are other things that are coming from that, you know, and I'll be back soon, turning the lights back on. And thank y'all so much.
Congratulations.
I just mentally have to figure out how I want to do. Don't do that. Now, see, that's the thing. And Mims, this is a serious thing where I was getting to the professional part. These kids, like now, it's not like it used to be. You never knew your teacher's first name. Like I literally have to threaten some of my kids. Like if you don't get the fuck about my business, some of them know that.
You don't call your teacher by their first name.
Yeah, they know my first and last name. They know I had the kid. The kid came up to my desk. You know how you always got that one that do the most, right?
Yeah.
And he comes up to my desk. I was student teaching this semester. And he was like, "Yeah, Miss H, because I ain't gonna fully dox myself. If you know, you don't. Miss H, yeah, I found your YouTube page." I was like, "Oh, really?" And he found the one that he just saw the name on the top, the one I use in school. He hasn't found Princess AB. I was like, mm-hmm. I said, "And get your motherfucking ass up off my channel." But I know if you find one and you search enough, you'll find the other. One of my other babies been in the car while I'm talking. She was like, "Oh, you got a YouTube channel?" Or the kids know I have a lip gloss business. So then they get to the Instagram and then they get to finding things. So there's a lot there that affects your personal life. These kids are terrible. So if a kid can do it, what do you think these adults can do? After the investigation, I was sitting in. My thing is, I got caught up. Yeah, after a while, okay, who is this Monica bitch and what is she doing? You know, I'm not trying to call her no bitch right now, but that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you go. I would be like, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? I would be like, "Hey," I would just be like, "Okay, we'll talk about that later, girl."
Are you Princess AB from? Yeah.
Now come get, and you gonna come and make sure your kid doing your homework, like for real. From that, you know, these channels come, and I was watching, and at first it was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get Monica." She said she was gonna get Monica. She said, "I just want to see who is this bitch that has done this to players and doing this all year. Let's find this bitch." That was literally what happened. And the next thing I know, they don't have to work. Like I was still going to school for audio engineering at the time.
Right.
And so, I would be listening while I'm, bullshitting at school, making beats. And so,
right, because you weren't laid off or anything like that. You were still working, going to school.
I wasn't really working. I was, milking that unemployment. I
was on an elevator. Remember the video, like with all the drama went down? You was in the elevator, and
that was school. That was school. Yeah. I was working at the baseball stadium at the time, and that was part of how I kind of do work study, or you got to do on the job training.
Oh yeah.
I was doing the soundboard for the baseball stadium at the time, and I told my teacher. I told my teacher, I was like, look, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I said, I'm on this show. And I was like, they might call me, Monica's texting me. Can y'all hear that? What the hell are they doing? Can y'all hear that? The police is outside my house. I don't know what the fuck they doing on the street. I let him know, like it might be some, Monica's texting, and she was like, you gotta get on here. I'm like, bitch, I am literally in the middle of a baseball game. And I was like, okay. He was like, okay, go over there and do what you gotta do real quick. And I went over there, and I'm like, I went into the next suite because it was quiet and wasn't nobody in the suite. Mm-hmm. And then I had no idea that Schoolboy had gotten up there and did that shit because I was busy. I literally was caught off guard. And Monica was like, yeah, and tell her. I was like, bitch, what? Literally like a deer in headlights. I was like, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't care about loyalty. I'm a loyalty to a fault. But my real friends, no, don't come to me when you wrong on some bullshit. Right. You're barking up the wrong alley. I am going to tell you when you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to be complicit in your wrong, not in that manner. So when the investigation came up and I kept some secrets. I did not say anything when somebody told me that they was going to try to see that address, that they knew somebody was over there, and that they was going to try to, because Nosy was putting license plates out on, the screen, and addresses out on the screen, and what's your friend Hood Life. At that time, we didn't know what Hood Life was doing all that shit. Hood Life was, giving out information, and they were doing all of the things.
And Hood Life has apologized for all of that, by the way. I want to put that out there. Okay.
And somebody was like, oh, I know somebody who live over there. It was just that simple. It was just that simple. I know somebody who live over there. I'ma go see. I said, for real? You gonna go do it? Yep.
And they
I
did.
went to school. The next time I come back, it's all over the screens and the things, and now we done snowballed into something else. And I was like, ooh, this bitch did it for real. Okay. So at that point, I'm like, okay, so are we gonna finally get a face with this? And no. 5 years later, it's still a no. And you know what? Let it go. Who knows if that was the person or not? And at the end of the day, we have harassed many, many people.
Yeah.
And people have endured pain from that. And the grandfathered content creators behind that saw when Nosy made the $33,000 off of that, and they wanted to replicate that. So here you are 5 years later, people are still playing doxing games with each other. That's why I took your friend to court, because I'd rather take her to court than take her to her casket, right?
Ooh.
I'm not going to let you play with my life. Now people think it's okay to play with people's lives, and you keep playing stupid games, you will eventually win a stupid prize. You could lose your life, you can go to jail. But now people think that it's okay. All right, I'm mad at you. You can't be mad at each other and make jokes with one, because I'm a little bit of a wordsmith. When I came on and I had to apologize to some of them housewives and things. Yeah, I'll say some extra shit or I'll talk about you. We could go back and forth, but it stopped being fun. You could call me as many big backs as you want to, but none of these hoes have ever called me ugly, okay? And they can't. You could talk about a wig, and it's no fun. I'm like the people in the BlackTeaSector. It's no fun for us to go back and forth, and I don't have any aesthetics of you to go back and forth about. It takes the fun away about jonesing on each other.
Right, because you can call me all kind of ugly and fat, but why can't I see you?
You want to Jones, and then somebody doxes you. Now the people is doxing, extra people just because they don't have nothing to Jones about or to go after. Right. And then they dox the person. Okay, now we see how ugly you really are. We know why you stay behind Avatar. So then you getting mad. Now we want to dox. Now we want to threaten. Now you want to go to the police. It has gotten out of control. And this is where it sparks up more sensitivity for me, because number one, I do not want my legacy to be that I was on All About the Tea and y'all was looking at my face when I was at the baseball stadium and busy with making jokes, talking about that I was at Top Golf. I have done so much work. Like, I really study radio TV. I have a means to an end of having a career. And I don't want it reduced down to somebody who didn't treat me right. You know what I'm saying? I have birthed other content creators.
That's true.
And I will birth other content creators and ideas. And these bitches steal my ideas. There was no judge before me. And I got it on record that I was doing a judge show since 2020 on multiple platforms, with me saying it on the radio. I'm doing radio now.
You were a judge. Wow.
I birthed these bitches and they still can't do it better than I can.
So does that make you the godmother and I'm the godfather? The godmother and the godfather. Yeah. I need somebody to make a cartoon of that. I'm telling you. And the ladies panel. Yeah, you did have a ladies panel too.
These people try to create that. And I have some people on that. Wow. You can't just manufacture that. You have to have relationships. And I'm not mean you don't have to know everything. They're organic things. I still talk with California Cutie and Deb and Nola Reeds. The way I got Nola Reeds is she was with Saki. And we were in a Zoom, and I said, she was like, I like the news. It was just something about her. And I called Maxine, and I said, look, I'm about to call this lady. And I want y'all to feel how, and when we got on the phone, I did interviews with everybody, just like Monica taught me, okay? Mm-hmm. I did interviews with everybody. And we got on the phone, and we talked like we knew each other. We had been good girlfriends for years. There was never not one panel I had that there wasn't an interview process. I didn't care about their followers or who knew them, because once you do the work, people will know who you are. Right. That's the secret sauce to it.
Yeah, you wanted to know who they were, not necessarily about what they can bring as far as like subscribers or anything like that, who they were.
They will come. You build it, they will come. Nola's not on the internet. One of the reasons is that doxing and lying shit. People getting hungry. It's enough money out here for everybody. And if you got to sit up here and do all this for some YouTube checks, you's a motherfucking bum. You need to go out and get it out the mud and go get a job. Or go sell your vagina and penis. I don't know what to tell you, but the people get on the internet and they act like my subscribers is my subscribers and I need all the cash apps and all of this. And I don't want nobody to watch you because I want them to watch me all day. Absolutely not. And somebody tried something with her that could have been detrimental to her life. Again, people doing too much. You could lose your life behind that. I don't like people calling the cops. If it's unnecessary, don't be playing with DCFS. Don't be playing with people's job. Those are three major things. People's families. Because when we turn off this computer, I don't know you.
You're right.
So that's why I get real sensitive about it, because I think about all of the other shit that came after that. And the pain that is associated with it to so many. Have I thought about them doing a movie? Yes. Have I just sat on it and it wasn't even going to be documentary style? It's because how do I do it without being disrespectful to the players involved?
That's true.
It's not an easy thing.
Right. And just like I was saying, everybody's going to have their different perspective on what happened. Like, not everybody's story is the same.
It isn't, because we all had different conversations. One of the worst things that messed up is I didn't know how to work my iPhone, and I accidentally deleted a lot of messages between me and that little girl.
Oh. Shit.
And me and Deb and that little girl, we had a group chat too. And she lied. And I let her lie on some things, but I got my lick in. I think the last conversation that we had was like in the middle of that, and she was like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, I said, "Well, I already got some things in motion, so I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna tag your ass today." And that's gonna be that. I don't think she felt good about it after that. Because she felt alienated. After everybody was having honest conversations, because I really didn't talk to Ples like that. And that was done strategically as well. I really didn't talk to Ples like that.
Because I was going to say, you guys were kept, I don't want to say kept separate from each other, but y'all did the show and that was it. It wasn't all like, oh, we talked afterwards or anything like that. There was like different conversations going on.
It was that, because then it was like, it was this set, it was the A team and the B team. And so a lot of people don't believe me when I said certain things. And so I just got over it. That is one thing I had to learn about. If you want to be famous or you're going to be on these platforms, people are going to believe what they're going to believe, and you'll never be able to clap back and make people, when they have a narrative, that's their narrative. Most people will tell you, oh, she just a wannabe. She ain't never going to be on the panel. She wasn't on the panel.
Right. They were
she
saying
just called in. After a while, I just leaned in at, how the fuck you think I got first dibs on that shit? Or I had a time that I would come in. I had the link before the show started.
Right.
I already had it, and I had intense hours long conversation with Monica, and she want to deny. That's fine too, because she's got to stand in her shit. You know, if you gonna tell a lie, you gotta, you can't waver on it. So I understand, respect to her, right? But there was, there was a conversation where I want you to be on the panel. I think Deb got his offer first, if I'm not mistaken, because he was like there very early on, and it was explained to me, how she had a morning panel and she had the evening panel. It was me, Deb, and Marcella was the B team. Schoolboy, Bishop, and Ples was the A team. And that was in the workings of it all. So, excuse me, at any given time, we're all around the clock making money for her. And she was telling us that, at least she told me, that there was a TV offer on the table.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Because y'all don't know. I got like, there's a lot of shit y'all don't know.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, I didn't remember there being like a TV deal or anything like that.
That wasn't out there. I'm saying, girl, they looking at the TV and we're shouting. I was like, so who you gonna choose? She like, bitch, you. That's literally what she said.
She said, bitch, you?
We had that conversation. Like, we were just talking. Like, me and her would talk. She would ask me my opinions. Well, what did you think about the show today? And what did you think about, how Marcella acted, or how, plays, or what do we need to give? Like, we would just talk.
Well, who was she going to kick off the show to put you on permanently?
She never said that again. The A team and the B team.
Okay, got you. Okay.
There was never we're gonna kick. She never said that. She never said that. She was gonna make all the money. She's gonna make all the money.
Because you said you didn't get nothing for calling in.
I got like 5 or 10. Somebody must have sent in, hey, I want this Cash App or this super chat to go to AV. Girl, I'll get it to you, girl. But we never even got to the I'm gonna pay you part. We just never got that deep to it. And for me, I just wasn't thinking. I knew she was making money, but I'm a person that works on the honor system, and at the same time, I'm thinking like, okay, she's gonna start plugging my channel more, and I'll get my own money from it.
Right. And I just want to let people know that typically when people call in or they go on people's shows or do like a panel show, it's usually not to get paid. It's more for exposure or a collaboration. And, now with StreamYard and stuff like that, you can share it on multiple different channels. But beforehand, it was all like, I would do a show, Princess would come on my show, then I would go on her show, and then blah, blah, blah would go on that show. And, kind of like that. That's how we did it back in the day. Now you can share it on multiple streams and everything.
Marcella was the originator. I mean, you could go back. These videos are still up. People just don't go back to her channel. She's still getting views and stuff. Marcella was with that guy that died, and I can't think of his name right now. He was
oh, I forgot. What's his name? Like Kyle or something like that?
Yeah, Kyle, whatever. Yeah. So they have the Facebook page, about the housewives and the tea and all of that. So she was with him, and he got sick and he passed away. And Marcella knows some celebrities in the DMV area. Like, she was kicking it with Monique, and she had a connection to the housewives. And so from there, that's how her and Monica got cool. That was before the panelists started coming on regular. And because of Marcella's appeal, and I think my first real time is we did the New Year's Eve with them. And she was like, yeah, come do New Year's Eve with me. And I got dressed up, and said that was in my early days. I didn't even have my green screen yet or my camera. And I did New Year's Eve with them. And Marcella had some of the juice that was needed to push her over the edge. And so I believe it. that is where they came together. And so that's how Marcella came into the mix, because she was pretty much using, and it don't mean she was using her in a bad way. That don't mean
Right.
she was misusing her. She was using Marcella because she was using her for what they could give to each other. Marcella didn't know how to navigate that space at the time. She just knew she had the juice. She just
Right.
didn't know how to pour it. And
Structure. Ooh. She didn't know how to pour it. Right.
Monica said, well, don't mind if I do. Let me get me a little picture. Let me help you, get it cracking. So it was mutual usury. And Marcella was having a good time. I believe she was going through some things, maybe mentally, like, emotionally, and depression and all of that. She lost a best friend. Her husband was going through some challenges. There's a lot of things. And again, we were all going through the pandemic. A lot of people was a little bit crazy. Has she gotten much better now? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Has she done a lot of bullshit in between? Hell yes. I about wanted to knock Marcella's block off. And I've had conversations with her in this past year, and I told her, we can be amicable. We'll never be what we were because you've lost my trust.
Right.
And, I can't trust that you won't betray me. Like, you did some shit and you caused these people to be harassing me because you wanted to be on the good side, right? That's a lot of trauma.
Right.
It's a lot of trauma. And she's had her share of trauma too. But with Marcella is I've slept in the same room with Marcella. I've driven in the same cars with Marcella. There are certain things with certain experiences I haven't had with other content creators.
Right.
Marcella is literally not bigger than a minute. She's short, she's small, and she's fun. But the bodaciousness that you see on screen, she's not as bodacious on a regular day. She's just not.
Yeah, I've never met Marcella in person, but I have spoke to her outside the platform, and she's been nothing but respectful and pretty down to earth.
She could be really, really, really sweet. Really sweet. But she didn't cross me a couple of times. And I was like, all right, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah. But at least you guys are at the point where it's all like we can just respect each other. We can have respect and be cordial. We don't necessarily going to be friends, but at least you guys do have that now.
Yeah. Yeah, we cool. We cool. I might even go over there every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So we still have each other's number. And what I've learned from Deb, me and Deb made a pact at one point. He was like, I'm not going to even let people know that I even talk to you. And that has protected us through the years.
Wow. And I hate that because it's all like, why should that even matter? But because the way
because
people
of the grandfathered in maniac that came from the Avatar series. All of those people got monetized in less than a day. Talking about all about the tea and talking about the debacle. There's greed there. There's psychosis there. There's a lot of people like over the time I've seen multiple people actually domestic violence being made fun of.
Oh yeah, I do not like that. Yeah.
And paraded and all of these things. People's children being made fun of and all of these things. So now we're moving on to I'm dealing with Roxanne. So I'm very protective of Roxanne. And we went out today, and then I was joking with her the other day.
Yeah, it was her birthday, right?
Her birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
But I have to go to work tomorrow, so I was like, we're going out today. And her being on the documentary, and then I watched the comments and the things, and I already knew when she went to go record the documentary. She wanted me to go, but I have business here. I have to, take care of myself first.
Right.
And now, she did the Art of Dialogue interview, and she told me when that was coming up, and they came here to do that. And I'm like, have you been spotted yet? She was like, not for real. She was like, well, I was in Costco, and people was looking out the side of their eye, like, could it be? She was like,
I've seen her from somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
She was like, I said, but you have to get ready for that, and I'm creating phone numbers and changing phone numbers. And I'm like, you don't understand what comes off the back of this. And we've got more work and more things in the works and more deals. I'm surprised that more didn't come out of that Rolling Stone interview, because she made me come out with them.
I felt like the Rolling Stone interview was more in depth than what she got during that documentary.
Right. Yeah. She went all the way down, and a flight for them to put her on there 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
It wasn't about her, so I get why, she was just a short little part,
But here's the thing. There's more that's coming from that. I won't say what it is. It's a lot that's down the pipeline, and it all, is just a rollover effect starting from when the whole indictment started. This has been a couple of years. Roxanne has been working on some things since she came on the scene in 2021. The other content creators have messed with some things, put some things, slowed down in the works, but it never like deaded those things. So this lady has been working on deals for years. She was the first one that told me what Aubrey O'Day told the world. She told me that all of Diddy's stuff was in Janice Combs' names, and in order to get your publishing, they told them that they can't say anything bad about him and all of those things. So when some of this stuff is dropping, I already know, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going with the flow, and that's her boast. I'm never going to divulge all of her business, but I'm trying to integrate her business into my business, and I'm trying to have somewhat of a normal life. I don't know what a normal life, but you know what I'm saying? My rent still needs to be paid.
Right. You without shit like that, yeah.
Without me selling vagina.
Possible, but you got stuff to do. You got bills to pay. I definitely understand that.
I have a family to take care of.
Yeah. And just like you said, like you're a professional, and that's what you got to think of over everything else is being a professional, so I respect that.
And I'm from Chicago. Some of these places they be doxing and playing like the gang. You can bring your stupid ass over here, but anywhere I stay, like that girl called herself doxing, talking about she live in a two-flat. Bitch, everybody does. That's not tea. I've been on live going up and down the stairs. I stay in an apartment. I'm ready to buy a house. Like what? I'm as long as I'm not homeless, and none of these whores have to write the check for my rent. None of these whores pay my car note. None of these whores buy my clothes. And look, you down the street. I'm over here on East Side crazy. You could come over here if you want to. One of my besties stay on 72nd and Yates. I was over there last week. Okay, so you can try that shit if you want to. I'm over here cleaning up before I go to bed and going through papers. I just pushed to the side my conceal and carry paper. You will walk up here and you just might just stop. And again,
right,
playing stupid games will get you stupid prizes. This is not what this is about. It's TV. It's fake TV. It's fantasy. You have to separate the fantasy from when it crosses over to reality and real people's lives. There has to be a stopping point, but nobody wants to take a loss and no one wants to be embarrassed about anything. You gonna get talked about. Danny talked about me. And you know, it wasn't even all that bad. I put a super chat at the very end of the video and was like, you know what? I was like, touche, bitch. Touche. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I listened to what she had to say and she made some good points. And I said, you know what? I'll apologize for my part. I apologize, and I meant that sincerely, and I left it alone. When Sade Dash encouraged the harassment of me, and Roxanne got her on the phone, she was like, AV is not like that. And I had a conversation with the girl, and she said, you know what? We reaching back now. We reaching way back.
I don't even know who that is.
She was way back. She was one of the players in like 2020, like right in 2019.
Okay.
She says, I'm sorry. She was like, and I shouldn't have tried to sick them people on you, you know, like you cool. Yes, it is. And I'm okay with her. Sometimes it just takes conversations. But no, we want to make money. Like, go get a motherfucking job, you bum ass bitches. Or learn how to make better content.
Right. But you know, some people you can have a conversation with, but there's also other people you cannot have a conversation with.
And that's when I'm getting like Roxanne, then you have a conversation with my lawyers or the police. I'm not going to be out here fighting with no hoes. I'm cute.
And that's another thing too. I think that some people can handle the fighting and going back and forth. Some people cannot, because again, in real life, you would be able to, handle the situation differently than you can online. So it's different, you know?
Yeah, I do have a channel. Here's the thing. When we were first getting into it again, going back and forth with people, I have a good time. Like y'all talking about that funeral, no, Queen Toast gets mad. I'm never taking that shit down. It was epic. It was hilarious. And am I sorry? No. Because when you fuck with me and I give you room to leave me alone, I'm coming for your throat. And so I meant everything I did for it. So I'm not apologizing about that. I don't. Did I say I was going to keep doing it? No. But at some point on one of those videos, I said, it takes so much energy to continue to go back and forth with people than it does to do your content. And one other thing I learned is these bitches pick fights with you on purpose. That's why I be getting mad at you, AT2, because these sons of bitches be coming with you just so they can make another video and get it monetized and make money off of it. That is why when I do respond, you can start it, but I promise you I'm going to finish it.
Yeah. But some of them ask for it, and so I give them what they want. And I make sure to hit them where it hurts, too.
Yeah, I'm just going to come. I'm going to let you go out into the street, and then I'm going to hit you with my car. Like, but that going back and forth all the time, I don't have the wherewithal. I got real content to do when I decide to do it. I know you got my style. You started doing political commentary, but it's needed. It's needed, you know.
Wait, I got your stuff.
Well, was talking about
now we was doing good until you did that. Now, okay, godmother.
That was the originator.
Oh my god, Princess! Thank you for coming up. I really appreciate this conversation.
It's good.
Hold on, I gotta ask you something. So, can I still do the documentary because I'm still gonna do it?
I'm not stopping you from doing it. What I'm saying is you're not going to get everything out that you think you're going to get out.
Oh, I respect that. I respect that. But I'm still going to do the documentary, though.
Go ahead. Go get your check. Go get your check.
Yeah. Hey, it's a work in progress. And maybe you'll be like, you know what? I want to be an executive producer on it. You never know. You never know. But Princess, I love you. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Okay, AT2. Back to the.
All right, have a good one. Good night. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let Michael on. Now, Michael, how are you involved with the pen? Hold on. What camera is it? You got like 3 different cameras. Now what? Is it this one? Or is it this one? You on mute.
The one where I have my hair on?
Oh, we can see you.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me now?
Michael, you look good. I love the blonde on you. Blonde is your color.
Because I'm a black biatch. But, no, hey, how you doing? Hey, look. How you doing, AT2? I ain't got no wig on my head, dude. This is my natural hair, man. What you talking about? Shit, this is my natural hair.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. I didn't know you were natural like that. Okay.
Yeah. You know, well, I'm American black, but yeah, this is my natural hair, man. I just came over here to tell you how much I ain't seen your page in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're amazing. You're award-winning. Everything is great, right? But do you have any friends that ain't married or anything like that?
They all married. All married.
No, I'm just messing with. I'm just talking shit.
They like brunettes. They don't like blondes. They like brunettes.
Okay, well, I give them all black there. All right, because that was fun. But I ain't seen you in a while. You know, I be here and there. I've been working a lot. My business been picking up.
Oh, good.
Yeah, AT2. When I tell you, I mean, it's something that I enjoy doing. It's cleaning. Cooking and cleaning. And mind you, I have a CDL Class B air brake student passenger endorsement. You know, I do drive school bus. I still do.
School bus thing.
Yeah, I still do, but I told them as needed. Can't do the kids no more. You know, because I'm the first one they see when they get on that bus. You know, as far as them, pow in them schools and stuff, I'm the first one they see.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because we ain't got no wands on that bus to wand them kids, and they might be mad at me because I said you ain't sitting with that girl, and they be like, because I was a spare driver. They get paid more money because you have to know the city. You can get there, you know what I'm saying. And the boy be like, our bus driver let us sit with the girls. I said, do I look like your bus driver? I had to snatch my wig off one time. Look, I must have snatched it and threw it across the bus.
Wait, so you wear the wig to work?
Hell no, I'm joking. But I hope my woman ain't watching this.
It only happens on my channel. Y'all never go to anybody else's channel with the fuck shit. Y'all
right. Yeah, but I think she got you sometime, not for sure. But she know y'all because she used to follow Cheryl and Pearl. But what y'all was saying as far as that, how people come, yeah, it's hot in this. I came and put her coat on, actually. Her fur, mink, whatever it is.
Yeah, I know the faux fur. I know that got to be hot. Even if it is
hot. And I got this heat on, I need to turn it off. But, but that's really serious. You know what I'm saying? When people dox you like old girl, somebody was saying earlier that I heard said that it could be innocent people in that house. You know what I'm saying? And it could be kids that don't have nothing to do with YouTube, don't know nothing about YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And y'all sending y'all goons to do y'all's dirty work, you know what I'm saying? But as we know, you're in a situation, I don't know if you want me to talk about it or not, but that's real serious, and you missed. You know, can y'all hear me?
Oh, like there was a threat on your. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get. Okay,
that's real serious, and you missed. You know, can y'all hear me?
Hold on, let me.
Like there was a threat on your. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Hold on. Okay, let me use this one. Hello? Okay, I can hear you perfectly on here. Okay, got you.
Because my phone be messing up, I guess. But, you know, like somebody was speaking on earlier, that's really serious. And then you want to come on her, and it would be great to do a documentary on that, because you gave me a good idea. I have been thinking about
a documentary on.
You see, you trying to be messy. You want me? I'll say it.
Lord, you're about to get me in trouble. Hold on. I know who you about to do a documentary on. Okay.
Yeah, you know I'll say it. I mean, because these people that we know who I'm talking about, right? We know that everything they say everybody else is doing is what they doing. That the bullfrog wife, right? Can come on, and she sounds very convincing, right? I'm like, girl, for real? You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad, it's very important, because they are very convincible, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm gonna say this, 82. I mean, when Pearl had, well, you know, when that wait a minute, hold on, let me get
oh my God.
Okay, I'm trying to find it right.
Let me ask you this. Have you forgiven them? Because it sounds like you always hate in your heart. And I feel like now that it's 2026, you got to let that hurt go.
Yeah. I mean, I would never, I'm just messing with you and just making, you know, making people laugh on your channel. But I've been and forgave them. You know, they sent people to my house to pow it, but they missed. And the house they hit was right next door. If you ever watched my channel, I showed all them pictures, but that channel been taken down. That it was, she said that she had it taken down. But, you know, because I was growing overnight when I was speaking on that. What's that one? Remember, I just went real fast. Every day I was getting like 50 to 100 subscribers every day. Because I had went to see my girl out of town. And I'm like, damn, I said, you see this shit? I mean, this stuff. And I mean, I was really good. That's that. What was that girl on? Because I don't really watch the Housewives. But that one girl, y'all was talking about her earlier. That everybody was with her. Is it Monica?
Monica, all about the tea. She was never a house.
No. I'm talking about the one that was on. The Real Housewives of Potomac, I think.
Monique.
No, is it the one girl that was messing with that Montel? I remember the Montel dude. Is she the one that was married to him?
I think he's talking about Monique.
That was married to that Montel dude?
Montel? Wait, are you talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville?
I guess, I don't know, because I don't watch it, but I know that a lot of people was blogging about it.
Somebody will fill us in.
But yeah, that doxing stuff, that ain't cool. You know, but I'm on doxing. You know, because they come here. I know I ain't supposed to have all my artillery. They didn't put all my artillery up online and everything. But that ain't cool, because they could have got me caved. When they sent the welfare check to my house, I told the police, they said, we come to do a welfare check. I said, ain't nobody here on welfare, you know. And but seriously, they could have got me caved, you know. But people supposed to respect that and honor that, and you know, it was real wicked. But It is what it is. But I have the most respect for Pearl. I mean, that guy, right? The roommate. Because I mean, I'm being honest, but he didn't give me a chance. If you seen that live, he had one of the hottest lives on YouTube back then when I first started, about 3 years ago, before I had to have it taken down. They said that I had the house in Virginia, which is HIV negative. They said that
Michael, we don't have to talk about everything.
Okay.
But we talk about everything.
Okay, so we'll save some for later.
Yes, we'll definitely save that for later because the show is about Monica. It's not about everybody else. It's about Monica.
But who is Monica?
Now, Michael, we done did this whole goddamn show about Monica, all about the tea, and now you gonna motherfucking ask who the hell is Monica? Was you not listening, or was you playing with your motherfucking wig the whole time?
Well, wait a minute. Let me put it back on. I'll make it think better. Hold on a minute.
Michael, listen. Y'all know I don't go longer than an hour. Y'all got me needing to go to the bathroom and everything else. Michael, thank you for coming up. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad that you're working. Your business is doing well. Thank you for coming up. Oh my God. Y'all are. Yo, this show was off the hook. This show wasn't even supposed to be that long, but see what ended up happening? This show was off the hook. I'm glad that you guys are excited about the documentary. Please reach out to me, DM AT2_for real, or email me AT2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com if you want to be a part of it. Don't forget the meetup is happening April 10th through April 10th through the 12th. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I already have some things lined up. Sunday, I don't have anything lined up yet. So if you have an idea for Sunday, please let me know. I would love to hear it. But Friday, Saturday, I have some things already lined up, so I can't wait. Thank you guys for all the love and support. And, again, shout out to everybody who was a part of this mess with the panel and the avatar and Monica. And, definitely it was a time period that will never come back. However, it was a lot of fun. I can't lie. A lot of shit happened. Don't get me wrong, but it was a lot of fun. I love y'all for watching. Be safe and make that money, but don't let the money make you.